What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're doing a little bit of shop infrastructure, tool organization, and just kind of like a shop layout video because I've got a new toolbox that I just bought and have been procrastinating taking the time to set everything up and move a lot of things around the shop, reorganize a ton of stuff that I've just kind of pushed off into the corners, and decided to make an episode out of it because it's probably going to take me a day or two to do all of this and didn't want to waste the time during the week to give you guys an upload. But I think a lot of you guys may just enjoy seeing what's going on in the shop, kind of not really behind the scenes, but nothing that's really been highlighted in any episodes, and talk a little bit about the layout of the shop and yeah, just finally getting some stuff organized. Now, most of you guys know that I moved from Meredith, New Hampshire down here to Chattanooga, Tennessee about 3 years ago this month. And this place right here is the reason why. I've traveled to Chattanooga a bunch, so I already had friends here, kind of knew my way around, but my friend Andy owns this place and offered it to me to rent. Super easy situation, and decided it was worth the move all the way down here to basically get out of the New Hampshire winters for a few years and just kind of build out a shop here. As I worked out of my father's shop back home, I didn't have my own space. I mean, I loved working out of that shop with my dad and utilizing a lot of his tools and knowledge. But this has been the first time I've really stepped out onto my own and had my own shop to fill. This is what we're currently working around at the moment. A lot of you guys know I left the 1960 BMW 700 up in New Hampshire last time I came through there in July on the way back from Canada from a car show. And that used to sit right here. And there was enough room for it. If you've ever seen a BMW 700 in person, you know just how small they are. So this has freed up a lot of space, although as you can see, I haven't really utilized it for anything else. It's just nice having some wide open space. The current project on the channel that's just been kicking my butt every step of the way, the 1960 Auto Union 1000 SP, that's over a Beetle pan, air suspension, pre-Audi. But everything's just been kind of laid out haphazardly, I suppose. Some stuff makes sense. There's so many things in here that could be laid out better, I'm sure. Honestly, when I moved here, it was kind of like frantic to get down here, get my laser machine set back up so I could get back to work, making merchandise, which is the day job, and just kind of fill the gaps of the shop up from there. I just recently bought a 6-foot toolbox. I was working out of this 46-inch, not even a 4-foot. A 46-inch Husky soft close box. So for the last 3 years, almost 4 years, I've been working out of this box. I bought this just before I moved down here, and I really like it. It's really been a nice box. Nice soft close drawers. These were like $300, $350, something like that from Home Depot back a while ago. And I've liked it so much that I've bought the 6-foot version of it. This is the Husky 72-inch. I don't know if they make different configurations of drawers, but I figured this would be a nice one. The top drawer is dual slider, so it's pretty rugged. Soft close, just like the small box. And it doesn't have a single thing in it yet. Not a single thing. I've had it set up here under the workbench pallet rack combo for almost a week now and haven't had the time to touch it yet. So in this episode, I want to go through all my tools in the small box, get everything moved over here methodically, which has been the biggest challenge. If you've ever set up a shop, I mean, I'm not a tech. I was never in the automotive industry by trade. My father was, so I've taken notes from him over the years just to see what he's figured out has worked. You know, how to lay stuff out, where to put stuff. I mean, you can see that I'm just kind of all over the place. All my battery-powered stuff isn't mounted to the wall. It's not even in boxes. It's just kind of on the workbench, taking up usable workshop space. I have so much stuff that could go in boxes. We've got big socket sets. We've got a tap and die set. That'll stay in this, obviously, but I've just got a lot of stuff strewn everywhere in other boxes and other bins, including storage for stuff. Like in this box down here, I've got my hammers, breaker bars, and all of my pneumatic fittings. We've got PTC and brass NPT. And I've really wanted to dedicate this box to a few things only, like electrical, fittings, just specialty stuff. And then in this box, we'll focus on all of our hand tools. I bought one of Craftsman's like big socket sets I kept them in the packaging that they came in the box, simply because I hadn't decided on what type of socket organizers I wanted to use. The stand-ups, whether or not it was the magnet strips that they kind of clip into, or it was one of the posts that it slides over. And still to this day, I haven't decided what I want to do there. So for now, these are going to get transferred over as they are into that box. And I know that this just takes up so much real estate. It really does. A lot of wasted space with these. Would like to go vertical with them. Leave down in the comments below what you have found to be the best working system for sockets. And as you can see in this top drawer, it's really quite haphazard, to be honest. There's no side top boxes where you can put screwdrivers and all your X-Acto knives and utility knives, markers, you know, things that you kind of reach for all the time. At least I do. I'm always reaching for a utility knife or a marker or a pencil. So for now, I'll probably move my top drawer stuff over. Got our keys. For the amount of work that I do as a hobbyist or an enthusiast, both really, these boxes have just done everything that I need them to. All right, so making some progress on the boxes. Most boxes, top middle drawer has most of your sockets. Really want to do away with these, but for now, this is what we're working with. And I really do need to get some sort of holder for my 1/4-inch drive. Started to clear off some of the workbench, which, as I mentioned before, is a pallet rack I cut down. So I bought this pallet rack used when I first moved here to Chattanooga, but I was able to find a pallet rack that was only 34 inches deep, which gave me more workbench space than 24 inches, because they do make a 24-inch pallet rack, which would have been too narrow, I think. But then they made a 36-inch and even longer, and I felt like 3 foot was gonna be too long or too wide to use as a workbench, because what I wanted to do was have workbench with lighting overhead, heavy-duty storage capabilities, and then this one I decided to cut the upright down and cap it, welded in the crossbar and the support, you know, brought those down because those are up higher, and make it a workbench. And so it's worked out well to have toolboxes underneath. I wanted the top left to be a drawer that I open all the time, right? Utility knives, scissors, pens, pencils, markers. Just for a quick rundown of where I'm thinking I'm putting stuff. This will be my screwdriver drawer and picks. Going to the middle drawers, metric wrenches, regular wrenches, line wrenches, and our gear wrench, ratcheting wrenches. I do plan to get some holders for these, probably in this orientation, but I'd like to get some black ones, and all my local places here in town didn't have any black ones. Underneath that is all my SAE, same deal. Line wrenches, gear wrenches, oddball stuff, more to come. Love the soft close too. Third one down, we got nothing in here yet. I keep losing track of where I've put stuff. So we've got room for stuff there. Bottom drawer will be lots of my big stuff. So I've got some of my electric stuff here, heat gun, shears, some body hammers that I just bought actually. Finally bought a set of those when we were working the new sills on the 1000 SP, since I cut a portion of the rockers out of that thing to go lower. So next day, finally working on the anxiety drawer. I've got a lot of it out here. Now this is basically what spurred the toolbox purchase. Like literally why I bought this box. It's just years of bagging cars. I'll open all of these up, but over the years, I just have so many fittings. Well, I'm gonna try my best to organize everything by size and type, and I'm going to utilize these organizers I got at Harbor Freight. They're just plastic. I wish they had more of these. They came in a set that came with some larger bins. All right, so I did a whole bunch of cleaning as well. It was long overdue. It's not fully organized yet or stocked, but first drawer down, I figured it would be good for couplers of kinds. This is the most organized and most rewarding drawer that we've done so far in this episode, is the pneumatic drawer. And this is kind of what this whole episode is about, for me at least, was I wanted to get all my air fittings organized and out of individual bags. Pretty stoked on the layout of the new box. Have plenty more tools to put in there. I just need to take the time to go through them all. Benchtop space, keep that clean. I'm really happy to put all of the battery operated tools down in the box. Flashlight stayed up because I'm using that all the time. Look at this. When was the last time you guys saw a first gen battery operated Ryobi Sawzall? Pretty cool. Yeah, it's getting there, guys. I'm pretty stoked on it. Want to be able to hang my metal stock up on the wall at some point. I thought about putting some racks across here if I can put the AC Delco cabinet elsewhere. Would love to put a lathe here, maybe a milling machine. But there's one more thing I want to do with these toolboxes before we end the episode, and that is personalize them just a little bit more. If you're an OG on the channel, and I mean OG, like before I moved here to Tennessee, when I first bought this box, one of the first things I did was took the Husky logo off and laser engraved this 2-color acrylic badge, emblem, and replaced the Husky logo with it. And I haven't taken this one off yet, but I think I'm going to, and we'll make a new one of these. I think I'm going to switch up the colors, switch up the design. All right, guys, well, the shop is looking much tidier, much more organized. There's a lot I did off camera too to just kind of clean up and just kind of put things in their place. But yeah, a shop infrastructure episode, if you want to call it that. I don't normally try to make episodes out of this stuff, but I personally like watching these types of episodes. I watch a lot of shop tour episodes and how people have their shops laid out. And so on the chance that some of you guys enjoy watching those types of episodes, perhaps you kind of wanted a little bit more of an in-depth look as to what goes on in my shop, which is indeed, I guess, an ever-growing hobbyist shop. But quite happy lately with how things are laid out. It's kind of crazy we have this much free space over here, but perhaps we'll fill that up with new implements and tools. Really happy with the progress on the auto union as of late. Been working real hard on that. Well, that's all I've got for this episode. I appreciate you guys watching and for all of your support. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you guys a thing, and it's helped the channel grow in a huge way this year. Plus, if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you won't miss any uploads on this old turd that we're working on. Really hoping to be driving this thing by the end of the year. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you want to support the channel in a larger way, ludwicksgarage.com. There's a link in the video's description below. I still have some shirts, some of these shop shirts, hoodies in this shirt, and I think a few other styles of t-shirts as well, left over from the last drop. So head over there and pick up some Ludwick's Garage merch. I hope to see you guys in the next episode.